Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are starting a podcast. LeBron James used the Knicks towel in a post-game interview to screw with the Los Angeles Lakers. And former Knicks GM Scott Perry believes heavily in this New York Knicks team. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. And buckle in, because we got a mouthful to discuss. First things first, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are starting a podcast, as reported by the New York Post. Knicks stars Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, didn't know he was a star, are teaming up with entrepreneur Matt Hillman to launch the Roommates Show, which was first teased on Twitter by Brunson. An Instagram account for the show appeared online on Sunday, and then Brunson posted his cryptic post shortly after, as he said, got something cooking up for y'all pretty soon. And then the account appeared, and they said 2/8, which is obviously February 8th, which is in 3 days. Subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss episode 1 of the Roommates Show. They will be having episodes every single Thursday, and that will be fun to see. Not only because Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart are very fun to watch together. They bounce off each other excellently. They're incredibly close friends. But also because if they have guests on, we know who 3 of the first guests are going to be, as it'll certainly be Dante DiVincenzo, teammate, Ryan Arcidiacono, teammate, and then Mikal Bridges, former Villanova teammate. And like Josh Hart does blatantly in the open on Twitter because he can get away with it because he's a goofball, he's going to tamper and probably ask Mikal Bridges straight up, would you rather play on the Knicks than the Nets? Because no one cares about the Nets, so Josh Hart knows he can get away with it. And also because it'll be straight up funny to watch Mikal Bridges have to bounce around blatantly saying, yeah, obviously. Because, you know, we've talked about this before. If you have a bunch of your former college friends in the same city as you guys are all professional basketball players, and all of them but you are on the same team, and you're on the team that not only is way worse, but also has maybe 10% of the fan base the other team has, you'd obviously want to go play with your friends on the team that wins and makes more money and has more fans, and have people actually, you know, care more about you in New York. No one wants to be on the Nets right now, especially Mikal Bridges. So it'll be interesting to see Josh Hart just outright tamper if Mikal does come on the show. But I'll definitely be tuning in and subscribing to them. Also subscribe to Knicks Digest, because it'll just be fun to watch. We all know it will be. And that, I mean, for both Knicks Digest and the Roommates Show. Now we move on, because on top of this, LeBron James is screwing with the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers. As Brian Windhorst said today, he was using the Knicks to put pressure on the Lakers. He was cognizant and aware that he was putting on a towel that said New York Knicks. Why would he mess with the Knicks? Because he was using the Knicks as a tool to pressure the Lakers. Now, we know over the past few days there have been a weird amount of LeBron to the Knicks rumors, and most Knicks fans have taken that and been very angry with it. I've been one of the few fans who's kind of like, yeah, I'd do it. I'd go for it. Financially, like Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, it works. Throw a few picks. I'm not against it. But I see why most Knicks fans are, and it's perfectly reasonable. But it seems like it was always going to go nowhere. LeBron's obviously not leaving the Lakers, and he's not going to the Knicks. I think if he were to leave the Lakers, he'd probably just go back to Cleveland. That would make the most sense. I don't think he would end up in New York at all. But LeBron heard the rumors, because what people don't understand is that LeBron and most NBA players hear everything that's coming out about them, all the rumors. They'll get alerted because either they'll find out themselves or someone who they're close to will probably inform them of it, whether it's a friend, family member, your agent. It could be a million people, but you're going to hear all the noise for the most part. Now, if we keep looking, as Windhorst went in and said he was aware that he was putting on the Knicks towel. Why would he mess with them? Because he was using the Knicks as a tool to pressure the Lakers, as he said on Hoop Collective. And then, if we keep going, as Bleacher Report notes, LeBron James can become a free agent, an unrestricted free agent, obviously, this summer, and he has no more time to waste at age 39. He's already stretched his prime beyond that of anyone in NBA history, and Father Time is undefeated for a reason. He understandably doesn't care about the middle schooler the Lakers can draft 5 years from now, aka that 2029 draft pick. Does not matter to LeBron James. LeBron's not going to be in the NBA in 2029. That's 5 years away. I don't think we're getting 5 more years of LeBron, though I'd hope so, because that'd just be fun to watch. But look, yeah, he's 39 years old. The Lakers suck. They're probably going nowhere fast. I don't see what the Lakers can really do to become a true contender. They were pretty close last season, but now they're dealing with injuries. I don't think D'Angelo Russell fits on that team. I think it would make some sense to trade for DeJounte Murray, though that could also just be Russell Westbrook Part 2, and I don't know if that's the best idea either. I think the Lakers have officially shot themselves in the foot. They've been completely malpracticing the entire organization throughout the duration of LeBron's career with them, with the exception of 2020, which is directly after the Anthony Davis trade. And as we know, if LeBron goes to a team, it's always win now mode ever since he went to Miami. So you burn all your assets and get as good as possible, as quickly as possible, and just instantly go to win now mode. The Knicks would be the same way if LeBron went there, as any team would be. But guess what? LeBron's not leaving the Lakers. He's living in LA full time. He's not moving across the country for 2 years of his life in New York while his whole family's out in LA. He's not going to uproot his family and move them out there. Bronny's in college. Bryce is going to be near college. Zuri's probably got her own life. Savannah's got her own life. It's not happening. He's also building like a $100 million sports complex out in LA. But someone believes that he should go there. As Stephen A. Smith said, if LeBron James wants a better shot at a championship, he could consider leaving LA. When I think about the Garden, the Mecca, New York City, that the only thing that's missing from the Knicks is a superstar, said Stephen A. Smith. Well, the Knicks do have Jalen Brunson, so I'm not sure if that's exactly true. Jalen Brunson's having a better season than LeBron probably this year. They're very close. Obviously, both should be all-star starters. LeBron is one. Brunson should be one, but somehow Damian Lillard made it over. And for a reason that makes no sense. But yeah, LeBron's not coming to the Knicks. I have no expectations for LeBron to even hit free agency. I think he's just going to instantly re-sign with the Lakers. And the Knicks are going to look in another direction. I don't think they're looking in the direction of LeBron because they're probably thinking what most of us are thinking. And when you take away the name of him, you're like, okay, well, he's 39 years old. He's averaging 25, 7, and 8. Sure, he's good, but how much longer is this going to last? Obviously, time's undefeated, and LeBron's trying to be the first person to beat that, but no one ever has. At some point, LeBron is going to retire from basketball, and it's probably going to be within the next 3 to 4 years at most. So I would not trade all my assets for LeBron unless we knew for a fact he was sticking around for 5 more years, and I highly doubt that's going to happen. Especially, it's not like he's going to be the best player in the NBA at 44 years old. He's not the best player in the NBA at 39 years old, and no one ever is. The Knicks should look for someone younger, someone hopefully in their later 20s at the very most. Though there are probably some exceptions to that rule. As I've said, I think Jimmy Butler would fit wonderfully on this team, and I got a lot of hate for that one because I said I would trade a lot of draft picks for him, and that's fair. But already, the Knicks are an elite team, and they don't need that much more to become an NBA Finals contender. And Scott Perry, former GM of the New York Knicks, does agree. Because, as Scott Perry said, they're playing well as the team can play. If the playoffs started today, they'd be one of the favorites to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. What I'm going to be looking for is how this team's playing in early April. That's the key. I want to be playing my best basketball going to the playoffs. I think that team will need the momentum. I agree. The Knicks are great right now. As of today, even with the injuries, you could pick them to beat any team in the NBA. Is that going to be the case in April? I'd assume so, but there's also a world where maybe they slow down, maybe wear and tear happens because Tibbs plays the starters 58 minutes a night. Randall's not there. That could slow them down eventually. OG Anunoby hopefully can get back soon from the elbow inflammation. Hopefully it's just elbow inflammation, but he has missed almost a week now, so that's a little concerning. And the rest of the New York Knicks team, still good, still a good team. I mean, we have our best player in Jalen Brunson. The man is as good as anyone in the NBA right now. He should be in the MVP conversation. And there's a reason why when Kendrick Perkins gave his list of the 5 teams with the highest chance to win the NBA Finals, the Knicks were in that when he did this on Friday. It would make sense. The Knicks are really good right now. They're 14-3 since the turn of 2024. They've had 2 losses that either Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle isn't there. That being the Orlando Magic loss when Brunson wasn't there, who's the Knicks' best player. Then the Lakers lost where not only Julius wasn't there, but also OG Anunoby wasn't there. And by the way, Mitchell Robinson wasn't there. That's the Knicks' entire starting front court right there. The Knicks had 2 of their 5 starters against the Lakers and against most teams. And guess what? They're still winning games because that's what good teams do. They rally. Other guys step up. You have the next man up mentality, and then you just keep pushing. And the Knicks have done that to an excellent degree. Hopefully we see that continue. And hopefully then Randall will get back soon and his shoulder will be all right and he won't need an operation on it, or at least can delay getting the operation on it. until the summer, like what he did with his ankle, except obviously he was really hindered by his ankle in the playoffs last season. So hopefully we will see a healthy Julius Randle in the playoffs. The Knicks are going to need it. If they do want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think it's unlikely to imagine a Knicks team making the Eastern Conference Finals without a single forward who could really dominate the ball. It's something that's so helpful that, like, Julius Randle does, is that he can really dominate the ball and play with a high usage. And that's important so Jalen Brunson doesn't have to do literally everything on offense. We're now staring at a team where it's not like that. It's not like how Carmelo Anthony was alone with the exception of Aaron Aflalo. But it's like, as good as Brunson is, he can't be the only guy trying to score. The Lakers double-teamed him constantly, and the Knicks lost because of it. I mean, yeah, Brunson still balled out. 15 for 31 is excellent. And 36 points, I believe. 10 rebounds, 7 assists. The man balled out against the Lakers. But at the same time, he's playing a lot of minutes. He's going to get doubled constantly in playoffs. Then, without Randle there, if he were not there, we'd be relying on OG and DiVincenzo to be very, very good offensively. So we need Randle there. We need him healthy, or the Eastern Conference Finals seems like a little bit of a reach, but definitely still possible. I mean, we're coached really well. Tibbs is killing it this year. The Knicks are doing great. Hopefully we can get a bench piece. Maybe it's Malcolm Brogdon or Jordan Clarkson. Though, as I've said before, I think there's a Danny Ainge tax with the Knicks that I would not go near. But you never know what's going to happen. Hopefully the Knicks can make some sort of move and get a little bit of help off the bench. Just get more shot creation on this team. And then hopefully Julius Randle comes back and is as good as possible. And that's really what we have to say on the matter. So thank you for tuning in to a lot of information. Watch Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart's podcast after you watch Knicks Digest, or watch Knicks Digest after Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart's podcast. Whichever order's fine, as long as you're watching Knicks Digest. Subscribe, like the video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knickerbockers.